Giving all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Shema Mashiach, Yahushai, by Shem Rakadash. And those are the names of who the world calls God and Jesus Christ in the Hebrew language. I'd like to give double honor to the apostles and the elders, great millstone GMS, and salutations to the hopeful like brethren out there pushing the word in sincerity and in truth, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. And of course, to those men, women, and children, which make up the hopeful like body of Mashiach, Yahushai. I'd like to say peace and blessings upon you and the Holy Spirit, the Rakadash. And as you can see, I am on actionnews5.com, and I actually have a couple news articles going into the SNAP and the EBT benefits that's going to be taken away from your average day Babylonian that signed up to these assistance programs. And pretty much what we're witnessing is the Roman implosion. You have the difference between an implosion and an explosion. Explosion is a pretty much a detonation from the outside, but an implosion is a detonation on the inside. And how is Babylon the Great imploding inwardly? Well, it's imploding inwardly financially, economically, morally, and politically. And we're seeing pretty much the outcome of it. And the outcome of it, one of the benefits that's being taken away because of the government shutdown, both parties, your modern day plebeians and your patricians, Democrats and your Republicans, can't come to a decision, right? They can't come to a decision with dealing with the financial aspect of Babylon. So what happened, or what's going to happen? They're going to cut people's pretty much food assistance. All right, so this is what I want to go into in today's lesson, and actually the scriptures prophesied and preached that this would happen, and we're witnessing it right before our very eyes. So I'm going to play this video right here on actionnews5.com. Quick video. All right, let's go ahead.
Days, SNAP benefits in Tennessee will become unavailable due to the government shutdown, impacting hundreds of thousands of Memphians. Action News 5's Caitlin Miller spoke with State Senator London Lamar and some Memphians about the effects this could have in the Bluff City.
I'm here at the Tennessee Department of Human Services, where many Memphians come every day to get set up with SNAP benefits. But now, many people are here asking questions about what will happen once their benefits become unavailable starting November 1st.
It goes out for the single mothers that got kids. Now, what can we do? We can't feed our kids, let alone if we do have jobs. Again, what can we do? Because that was helping us.
Outrage and uncertainty, two things many Memphians who have depended on SNAP, like Cornisha, are feeling as the benefits are set to freeze. The Tennessee Department of Human Services confirmed this will be the case on their website if the government shutdown continues into November 1st. This means nearly 700,000 Tennesseans, roughly 152,000 living in Shelby County, will lose a food source many rely on to feed their families. And it's not just in Tennessee. Arkansas and Mississippi are also at risk of losing SNAP funding, which would leave about 240,000 in Arkansas and 385,000 Mississippians without benefits. The Mid-South Food Bank says they conducted a pulse survey of their partner agencies across all three states and found over half of respondents noted an increased need for food assistance over the past 3 months. And that's before any benefits have been impacted. State Senator London Lamar is calling for federal lawmakers to prioritize the people they serve over politics, so nobody has to go hungry.
What you're seeing is this Democrat-Republican fighting. People on opposite sides of the end won't come to the table, negotiate, and put people first. That is going to kill our state, that's going to kill our country, and is most importantly going to hurt families and kids.
For now, there are still 9 days left for those in Washington to come together and reopen the government before SNAP benefits are impacted. In Memphis, Caitlin Miller, Action News 5.
You know, that was pretty much that on this article. But I want to jump to this article right here on Yahoo News entitled, where's the title at, man? Let me refresh the page. because I want to grab the title of this. Yeah, there it go. I don't know why it didn't pop up, but the title of this article is see, why does it keep going away? Let me do it one more time. The title of this article says Virginia declares a state of emergency. Other states prep for fallout as shutdown threatens food stamps or SNAP or EBT for 42 million Americans. All right, so this is what this government shutdown is affecting. It's affecting 42 million Americans that may not be able to eat in the month of November. Right, and this is what the scriptures speak about.
People to carry the female crocodile.
This is what the scriptures speak about concerning famine. Famine doesn't mean that you're not eating at all. Famine literally means the lack of bread, right? It could get to a point where people aren't eating at all, 100% not eating at all. But famine literally means the lack of bread, and this is what we're witnessing: the lack of bread being served here in Babylon, all because our people trusted in Egypt. Let me grab that scripture first before I read this article. I'm going to touch on Isaiah, the 32nd chapter, and I want to touch on Isaiah, I think that's 30. It might be 30. I think it's 30 in 1 and then 31 in 1. Let me try this. Yep. Let me go let me try 30. This one is good too. I might get both of them. Isaiah 30. Yeah, this one goes more in depth. Yep, this one goes more in depth. So I'm going to start off with the book of Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1, where it reads, the subtitle, it says, Judah warned against Egyptian alliance. Because you always had the children of Israel pretty much going down to Egypt for a covering. And they do it to this very day. And in modern day Egypt today is the United States of America, Babylon the Great. And they go down to Egypt for help, for this assistance, for this alliance. And it's from the very beginning of time has always felt them. Right. And our people are witnessing this this very day. All right. So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1, where it reads, woe to the rebellious children, save the Lord, Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, because it's the spirit of the Lord that's supposed to provide that true covering, right? The scripture says that the Lord was going to cover the children of Israel, just as a hen pretty much cover her chicks, right? That's the type of protection that the Lord provides us. But from the beginning of time, since the beginning of the existence of the nation of Israel, they sought after a false covering, right? And in this aspect, the covering that they're seeking after is the covering of Egypt, right? So it says that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit. It says that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down to Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Right? And the shadow provides what? A shadow provides protection from the UV rays from the sun, right? And the shadow that we're supposed to trust in is in the shadow of the Lord. The scriptures speak about that in the book of Psalms, but our people has always trusted in the wrong type of shadow, and that shadow that they're trusting in is Egypt, right? They're trusting in the wrong shadow, right? So let me read this article right here. Right. So this is the book of I said book. This is an article on the Yahoo News that starts off reading with more than 42 million Americans at the risk of losing SNAP benefits because of the U.S. government shutdown. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin declared a state of emergency on Thursday to help ensure that 850,000 people in this state who rely on supplemental nutrition assistance program don't go hungry. It says the Commonwealth will provide food benefits until congressional Democrats put the interests of Virginians in need ahead of their politics. Youthkin, a Republican, wrote in a release in which he blamed congressional Democrats for preventing the government from reopening. So it's this false illusion of these both parties coming against each other, but in reality they want the same thing. And the season that the elites of the society that's pretty much pulling the strings behind these two parties, what they want all chaos to break loose. They want uprisings and they want civil war, right? This is what they truly want, right? And a good way to start that, it's starve the people. And not only starve the people when it's closer to winter, right? This is what they're doing. Now, you have some states that's trying to help the people as well, such as Virginia. But as we read in the other article, you have states such as Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, that's not going to be able to provide people help whatsoever, right? And I want to go into this acronym SNAP, where it says Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. The key word I want to pay attention to is nutrition, right? Keep that in mind. I'm going to grab the book of Isaiah 32, right? Because we went into people trusting in Egypt, right? We went into people trusting in Egypt, allowing Egypt to be their shadow instead of the hedge and the protection of the Lord, right? This is the book of Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9, where it reads, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease." And when you look at the number one people that are taking advantage of this benefit, this SNAP EBT, it's the women, all right? Let's not forget how this was all set up. This was all set up through the woman pretty much taking heed to the serpent. Pretty much taking heed to the serpent. And what did the serpent want Eve to, or the woman to take heed to? Pretty much remove the man. All right. It's been like that since the garden. It was like that I believe in the 50s, right? When this whole assistance program got set up. Remove the man out of the house and we'll provide assistance for you. Well, this is the outcome of it, right? The alliance between Eve and the serpent wasn't going to continue forever, right? The serpent was going to bite Eve, and this is what we're witnessing, right? So this is what the scriptures are saying: "Rise up, ye women that are at ease." And they was put to ease because what? The assistance that Esau Edom, so-called white man, was providing them, right? The modern day Egyptian, what he was providing them, right? Where it says, "Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman. For the vintage shall fail," right? "The gathering shall not come." So the Lord is saying is because they was at ease, they trusted in the wrong protection, right? It was going to come a day where the vintage was going to fail and the gathering shall not come. Let's look up this word vintage. The word vintage means the grape crop, pretty much the gathering of the grapes, right? Vintage, the grape crop, right? And it says the gathering shall not come. Let me look up that word gathering. Gathering, collection, or the harvest, right? The collection of fruits, right? So the harvest is not going to come to the careless daughters, right? So it says, verse 10, "Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman, for the vintage," right, "shall fail, and the gathering or the harvest shall not come," right? "Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall" what? "They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. So the key word I want to look up is the word teats, because what does this mean? What are the people, or what are especially the careless daughters of Israel, right? Like I said, that pretty much took the hand of the devil, made the agreement with the serpent. What are they lamenting for? What are they crying for? They're crying for what? Nutrition. What does SNAP stand for? Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. All right, let me look up this word teats, because this is what they're going to lament for. Let me read the verse again. It says, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Let me look up this word teats. The word teats, I believe this is the Hebrew word shad. I believe that's how you pronounce that, shad, right? Which means breast, bosom, female, breast of a woman, right? Strong's definition means what? In its original sense, contracted, the breast of a woman or animal, breast, pap, or teat. So when dealing with the teats, they was going to lament for the breast of the woman, they was pretty much going to lament for the breast of the virgin daughter of Babylon. And what does the breast supply? Whether it be the breast of an animal or the breast of a woman, right? It provides nutrition for that child or that animal, that baby animal. It provides the necessary nutrition that they need, right? And in order for a baby to get the nutrition that it needs, it needs to put its mouth, it needs to suck on the teat or the tit of a woman. That's where the word titty or tit comes from. It comes from teats, right? Where it supplies that nutrition. This is what they're lamenting for, the nutrition, right? The food. This is the punishment that's going out to the people. This is the Lord sending his wrath upon the people, man. Now what? Now we don't know. Nobody knows when Daddy Esau is gonna turn back on the government so that people could get this continued benefits, right? Which we all know that this is part of Esau Edom's Hegelian dialectic, pressure from above, pressure from below, to order to get his solution, which ultimately all roads lead to what? The MOTB. MOTB standing for the mark of the beast, right? Where he's going to have the people literally wanting to receive his mark, right? But this is the stepping stones forward. The people was what? They shall lament for the teats or the nutrition, for the pleasant fields and the fruitful vine. So this is the Lord sending the warning out. He already sent the warning out, and we see it happening right before our very eyes, man. And it's beautiful watching prophecy come to pass. Because what did it say in the book of Habakkuk? The vision, the vision was only for an appointed time. You know, brothers in the DC say all the time, the only thing that separates us from the prophecies of the scriptures is time. What happens when time runs out? Well, you meet prophecy face to face. Face to face. Up close and personal, man. 42, what did it say? 42 Americans at the risk of losing that nutrition assistance benefit program. All right. So we'll see what happened. They say that they have 9 days to decide. Through the Spirit, I believe that they may go through with it. People may not eat in the month of November, and we'll see. We'll see. Let me close out. These people acting crazy. We'll see what how these people react in the month of November. There's already signs saying that they're gonna loot the stores and everything, man. You know, I believe you had certain Walmarts pretty much closed down because of the threats that they've been hearing from the people. So we'll see what happens, man. We're definitely gonna see what happens. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3, where it says, "For the vision," or the prophecy, right? Because I want to believe when you look up that word vision, it means prophecy, coming from the Hebrew word chazawan, which means vision, vision at night, oracle, oracle, vision, Oracle prophecy, divine communication, right? So it says what? The vision or the prophecy is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It will not tarry. It's not going to tarry, man. It only takes time for it to happen. All right. So like I said, man, all roads lead up to the mark of the beast. We're going to see how everything plays out, man. It's only a matter of time. All right. So with that, I hope you brothers out there was edified. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Bakakadash. Until next time, I say shalom.